Hello and welcome to my channel. Are Igbos really cheap? A public figure, Isaac Fayose, came out and said Igbos love money and power so much they are easily bought. He even said he is happy he is not Igbo.
Thank God, say I no be Igbo by tribe. That tribe, they are so easy to buy. You just hold money and power. They will follow you like puppy dog. You know, forgetting Nnamdi Kanu for Chokoto prison. But our Yoruba, our own Igbo don't come. They don't clear him. And all his sins are forgiven. Now he's going to take royal title from Ile-Ife. But your own Nnamdi, Ide Sokoto, and all of you can they wear a mandate cap. What a tribe. Thank God, say I no be Igbo.
And this statement has caused serious reactions. A lot of people have replied him. Then Cubana Chief Priest replied him. In this particular talks, the City Boys movement is involved, is in the matter because he criticized them. And it has also to do with the 2027 politics. Everybody is shouting. Let's look at how the whole thing started. It started when Cubana Chief Priest was appointed Imo Director of the City Boy movement. The City Boy movement is a political support group backing President Tinubu for 2027 presidential election. Obi Cubana was also, like I told you, appointed in Southeast. I think he heads the Anambra part of it or the entire Southeast, I don't know. Cubana Chief Priest openly said he will work against P2B in a latest report. That is politics, I'm telling you. You are free to support who you want. But Isaac Fayose has reacted even prior to that. He said Igbos are easily bought. He said Igbos love money and power too much. He said he is happy he is not Igbos. Now, that is where the problem started. Because when you move from criticizing politicians to insulting an entire ethnic group, you have crossed the line. That is where Isaac Fayose has crossed the line. Let's be honest. Is it totally wrong? In Nigerian politics, politicians move towards power, towards the center. And that is why you hear that governors decamp, senators switch parties, businessmen align with the center. Is that only Igbo people? No. It happens in Yoruba land. It happens in the north. It happens in Niger Delta. Politics in Nigeria is about proximity to the center. So, reducing it to Igbos are cheap is too simple. But here is the hard truth. Some Igbos themselves feel disappointed when our governors align quickly with the presidency, when our leaders soften their stance after election. You saw what happened. There's a visible shift after 2023. The feeling is internal frustration. But internal frustration is different from external insult. If your brother corrects you, that is one thing. If outsider mocks you, that is another thing. Now, this is for Isaac Fayose. Let me take you through history. Your own Yoruba leaders also compromised before. Do you know that? During Abacha era, many Yoruba officers were accused in a coup. Dia and others were jailed. Some traditional rulers did not openly fight Abacha. Was that betrayal or survival under military dictatorship? You know what happened? Including the Oni of Ife, Obasiju at that point in time, and some of Yoruba leaders were invited to Aso Rock, and they quickly accepted that Dia and others took part in the coup. And there was a coup. When there was no coup, actually. Okay, let's assume there was a coup. Where was Bameyi, who Dia said was the one that talked to him about the coup first? So let's assume there was a coup, but where was that Bameyi? Why wasn't he interrogated alongside those Yoruba officers? And when your traditional rulers, Oni of Ife, and some of them went to Aso Rock, what did they do? They quickly accepted. Who knows whether money changed? I don't know. Why did they accept it quickly that their officers took part in a coup? Or maybe there was a coup. During First Republic, Akintola aligned with the North-led federal government against Awolowo. Western region crisis happened. You know that. Was that ethnic betrayal? Or was it just power struggle? There are several patterns and we're seeing them. This is not Igbo problem. This is Nigerian elite problem. Political elites across all regions align with power when it benefits them. That's the reality. Don't just come up openly, these Igbos have been... no. Now let's talk about the present reality. Look at governors. Imo State is APC. Ebonyi is APC. Enugu governor just switched party from PDP to APC. Soludo did not switch to APC, but he was openly cooperating with APC. Only Governor Oti seems clearly independent. So what is happening? Is Southeast selling out, or is Southeast repositioning strategically? Because in Nigeria politics, sometimes regions negotiate through alignment. And maybe the governors are thinking, federal projects, road construction, avoiding EFCC trouble, 2027 positioning. And you are talking about Cubana Chief Priest. He's a small boy. That guy is a small boy. His own interest is business. He's a small boy. You should talk about the governors themselves, the people who are in charge of states, who are aligning with the center. Politics is not emotional, it is strategic. But the people are emotional. That is the gap. And coming to Cubana Chief Priest, does he speak for Ndi Igbo? Let us be clear. Like I said, he is a businessman. He has money, yes. He has social media influence. But he does not represent Ndi Igbo. He represents himself. Just like Isaac Fayose does not represent Yoruba nation. The danger now is, if we turn this into Igbo versus Yoruba, the real political elites will be laughing. Because while ordinary people fight online, politicians are negotiating quietly. The most dangerous part of this issue is this sentence, I am happy not to be Igbo. This statement does not help anybody. Because once you celebrate not belonging to a group, you are creating division. We know where you come from. Yes, honor your people and leave us out of your whatsoever garbage. You can criticize behavior, not insult identity. You can say, I disagree with Igbo politicians. But saying, I am happy not to be Igbo, they are so cheap, that is unnecessary fire. It's uncalled for. And by the way, are Igbos really easily bought? Let us answer calmly. In 2023 election, Southeast voted massively in one direction. That does not look like people that are easily bought. No. But after the election, political leaders may reposition. That is elite decision, not grassroots decision. So we must separate grassroots voters from political office holders. They are not the same. These are different things altogether. And if this election will go well, you will still see what will happen. We don't care who is switching parties or who. Let them allow it, the vote to count, and let's see. The real question is not Fayose. The real question is, what does Southeast want in 2027? Presidency, vice presidency, Senate presidency, economic concessions, security relief, release of certain political detainees like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What is the negotiation? Because if governors align, what is the return for that alignment? That is the intelligent conversation, not emotional shouting. You got me? That is where we should focus on. What benefit is it for Ndi Igbo? I'm not talking about Obi Cubana saying we have to align with the center. He is not the one that will align us with the center. He get money, but carry that muzzle. Make those small boys go rest. We are looking at how everything entirely will benefit Ndi Igbo. Across Nigeria, ethnic unity is strong at grassroots level. But at elite level, I want you to note, power unity is stronger. That is the truth. Politicians think about themselves. They think about survival. They think about influence. They think about federal access. They think about personal future, not emotional loyalty. And that is why every region has experienced internal splits among them. So what do we learn? Fayose should avoid generalizing millions of people. And Cubana Chief Priest speaks for himself, not Ndi Igbo. Governance aligning is bigger story than celebrity endorsement. You understand? So ethnic insult distract from the real political negotiation. Every nation in Nigeria, because Nigeria has several nations, let me not say regions, they have their history of elite compromise. The mature response is not anger. The mature response is strategy. Instead of asking, who insulted us? We should ask, what is our political direction? Ndị Igbo, what is your target for 2027? That is what you should be talking about while we are still in Nigeria. What do we intend to get? As for the City Boy movement, I said in the other video, I don't trust them. Obi Cubana started City Boy movement. Will that attract railway in every part of Southeast? I don't think so. This is IGBO AREA TV, where we speak truth, where we stay calm, where we analyze power. If you like this kind of balanced talk, subscribe, share, and drop your comments. Are we repositioning or are we reacting emotionally? Let's discuss.